Hi everyone, welcome. Welcome to my Pokemon Null. I'm so glad to be back. I'm not gonna lie, I was in a bad mood this morning. I was in a bad mood yesterday. I was in a bad mood. I did not feel good. But I got my shit done. Okay, I got up. I worked out. I did my chores. I called people, which is probably the thing I hate calling people. That probably like took all the wind out of me. And I'm feeling a lot better for it. We also had a small hailstorm like a few minutes ago. I took pictures of it. A lot of hail. But that's irrelevant because I was like, I'm in a good mood. I was like, oh, I might cancel stream. I'm not canceling stream, bitch. You know why? Because Wattson's waiting for us. Watson is sitting there and he's like, motherfucker got his Eviolite. Now I'm going to kill him. And he might. And you know what? I'd be okay with it. I'd be fine with it. But I'm not going to let him win that easily, baby. Okay, so for context, we're on attempt 1 still of this game. I'm not like a Nuzlocke pro, so I'm very surprised to have made it this far. And I don't know, like frankly, Watson's not looking too bad. He's looking pretty bad, but like I feel like we have tools to beat him potentially. Also, yes, I know most other people moved on to Platinum Kaizo because that came out yesterday. Looks, I don't want to say very fun to be honest. I looked a little bit at it. There's a lot of aspects of it that I don't think I would like. For example, there's no hard level caps, and the early game looks pretty RNG heavy. And I don't know. I'm gonna probably give it a play, but I didn't want to switch between 2 different games with like different AIs. So I wanted to finish at least my first attempt of Pokemon Null, and then I'll see if I'm gonna move over and try Platinum Kaizo, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm enjoying this game a lot. The only thing is that Terra, the person who made this ROM hack, who made Pokemon Null, they're currently working on a big update because they felt that, I think Terra's a guy, so I'm gonna stick with they. They said that a lot of mid-game stuff was not as they envisioned. I think was what they said, like they wanted people to sack more in the mid-game, and that wasn't really happening. So they wanted to adjust some of the mid-game trainers, put them up from 4 to 5 Pokemon, that kind of thing. I don't know if mid-game includes where I am, because I kind of don't want to continue if the trainers that I'm going to beat are going to be changed. But at the same time, like, I am on attempt 1, I kind of just want to keep going. But then after that, we'll see if I wait for the update or if I'm going to switch over to PK. We'll see, okay, we'll see. But for now, it's Null time. It's time for Null. Also, I think now it's been long enough of me yapping that I can assume everyone who cares about the stream is inside of the stream, inside of my wonderful streaming body, my wonderful stream maliciousness. So we're gonna go over to our planning phase because we got some trainers to fight. Let me hop over to my little calculator layout here. First, let's look at some of the trainers we're gonna fight. We're at the end of Wattson split, and first thing I'm gonna have to do is beat Wally. Now it is just a Ralts, but apparently this does get +2 in every stat. I don't know if this is like actual stat boosts, because if so, I could just haze it and win. We'll see. That's gonna depend, right? We're gonna do this fight. And if it is not hazeable, I'm gonna allow myself to reset it, by the way. I don't know if my strategy actually is gonna rely on it, but just saying that outright because I don't know what mechanically they're using to give it a +2 in every stat, so we'll see. The other fights here are pretty rough. It's 4 fights to make it to Wattson and then Wattson himself. There's 2 double battles here, including Wattson. The rest of the first 3 are just single battles. They're pretty standard. Like, this looks a bit rough because of like Shut-Tail Sticky Web. This is like +- ability shenanigans. I don't know if there's a gimmick here besides just big damage. This fight, however, this is... I think this is very funny, but also very evil. Choice Band Explosion Electrode, Custap Berry Galvanize Explosion Endure Alolan Golem, and then 2 Pokemon with Revival Blessing, both of which are holding a Leppa Berry. So there's a potentially total of 4 Revival Blessings that can go off, meaning we might need to take 4 explosions. Or I guess 6 explosions total. In theory, I think in practice that's not how it's gonna go. I think in practice we can work around it a little bit. I hope. I am hoping about that. Null? Yes, Null indeed. We are As you can see here, we're sticking with Null. We are for now at least sticking with Null. I know people want to do PK, and I don't blame them, but I'm on attempt 1 of Null, and I want to finish attempt 1 of Null. However it ends, but it has not ended, and I'm very confused about that. We're on like 9 deaths, I think. Very good Pokemon who have died, so I'm genuinely baffled. There have been many points where RNG has just saved us, like a lucky Bright Powder or a lucky crit or a lucky damage roll. We've been pretty lucky to make it this far. I'm not gonna chalk it all up to skill. What the fuck are these trainers? We need... What's the first trainer we're fighting? Electivire. Yeah, I realized, or I forgot that the calc went down alongside the Pokedex, so I had to reopen them and re-import all my stuff. So we'll see how... I don't think it like messed up anything though. I didn't have like any plans. And I'm pretty sure the calc works the exact same. So Day the Day streamer dies. There's a good chance. There's always a chance. There's always a chance, and it's probably a good one. Let's go over here to our little planning section. I made it so I can like collapse all of these. I didn't plan these fights out like properly. I only looked at them a little bit. Did I not? Oh no, I didn't plan out Vivian at all, actually. I did not write down Vivian's thing. Why? Wait, did I like... No, I just didn't write it down, I guess. I guess I didn't properly plan her yet. That's fine. Let's go and get our plans done. Make a new note. Null, Battle Girl, Vivian. And let's open up that canvas and get the plan going. Am I right, folks? What is this website? Which website? The calculator or the thing on the right? This thing. Because this is not a website. This is something I custom made. And I'm still very proud of it. This is something I custom made to... Well, not custom. I custom edited it to allow me to visualize my battle plans. So I could do shit like this. To make the battle planning a little bit more visually appealing for my viewers. Because just speaking for myself, when I watch Nuzlockers do these like difficult things, I usually don't watch streams. I usually watch like shortened clips or videos like the ones that Peach Shell Daily does, because they cut out the planning. The planning's not very interesting, right? It's hard to follow along when you're watching a streamer do like battle planning. And I wanted to have a way to make it a little bit easier, and I write down all my battles anyway as notes, because otherwise I will forget. I'm an avid note taker. And so I made this, and it took me a little bit, but I managed to do it. Anyway, let's look at this battle actually before we just like hop into the planning. Evire, big damage, Magnet Rise, Clear Amulet. So no falling asleep, no intimidating. Not that that matters because all my intimidators are dead. Auxiliary White Herb with White Herb. Wait, why does this have White Herb? Just also to deal with like Illuminate, I guess. And Moody. Oh, that's a rough one. Is this pre... What was it, Gen 6 or Gen 7? Which one was the generation that nerfed Moody to never boost accuracy? Well, this game does have Gen 9 mechanics, so I'm assuming this cannot boost evasion. That was the one, not accuracy, evasion. Okay, Iron Hands. I might actually switch... No, because it's a bit confusing because I have these notes on my left screen and then this one in the middle. So when I go from like... It's weird seeing my mouse go like the wrong way. Like I move my mouse right and then I end up here. But you'll have to deal with that. Punching Glove with punching moves. Substitute, Focus Punch, Fake Out. Okay. So switching in might be a bit hard here. And then a Rotom with moves and Expert Belt. Okay. Let's just see what our lead is going to be. Weirdly enough, Toxtricity. I'm still... Okay, listen, I'm not excited about the Toxtricity pickup compared to what it could have been. But it does look to not be useless, at least. It looks like it can do stuff. It looks like it can at least do stuff, which... What more can I want, you know? What more could I want? I could do Whiscash. Do I kill this thing with Mystic Water? Because I'm assuming it'll... Okay, it's not a great chance to kill. It's almost never gonna happen. Knowing my luck, at least. Problem is that Ice Punch can freeze, so that's not like my favorite. On Toxeasy, it's also gonna click Ice Punch. I can't pre-status if I do this. Sludge Bomb has a pretty good chance to 2-hit KO, though. Or what if I... Okay, so let's assume 20%. What if this is at -2? Okay, so actually Acid Spray and a Sludge Bomb always kills. Yeah, Whimsicott and Ribombee, Talonflame. They outspeed, but they don't do anything to this thing. Ah, God, my team is so slow, man. So yeah, I think Toxie is probably going to be a good opener. Let's put that in. Electivire, gonna be dealt with by Toxtricity. Low-key form. Ours is very low-key. Acid Spray into Sludge Bomb always kills. Careful of Freeze. Technically, double Freeze could end it here, but I'm gonna assume that that's not gonna be a problem. We're also never baiting Magnet Rise out of this, which is like not amazing, but yeah. Also, I don't know if I showed this last time, but no, I think I showed it. I included all of the item images as well. I also made sure to take all of these so that it's just a bit easier to do the held item stuff. Electivire. There we go. First things doesn't look that difficult, at least. Cute character. Thank you. Thank you. I love my little VTuber. Though it is literally just me. Like quite literally. It's just based on me visually. My girlfriend designed this character to just look like me. Even more so now that I've been on estrogen for a while. I've become a lot more feminine. Okay. We can actually one-shot the Octillery with Toxtricity, but it's not guaranteed, so I'd rather not, probably. It doesn't outspeed. What's the next Pokemon that switches in here? I guess if it sees a kill with Fake Out, it might come in. Depends on what our HP is at. Probably gonna be Rotom. If it kills, dude, Toxtricity actually does pretty well into this fight, huh? Okay, so it's kind of random what comes in here, because I don't know what our HP is gonna be at. Because of crits and freezes, potentially, and whatever. But probably, I think unless it sees a kill, it's gonna be Rotom. I guess, actually... Because I don't know if it knows that we have a kill on it, so it could theoretically be Octillery with Octazooka. There's a possibility. We'll just prepare for any outcome. How do you have Gen 9 Pokemon in game? I mean, it's Pokemon Null, it just has all of the Pokemon in it, up to Gen 9. Including the Megas from Legends CA even. This is like the most up-to-date difficulty ROM hack that exists in terms of the Pokemon available. Okay, how do we beat Octillery? Morpeko can one-shot it, but it's gonna be hard switching this in. Well, actually, no, because if we switch in and Fake Out, then I will be back in regular formy. But if this thing gets a defense boost, we might be in trouble. So I'd rather take something that can, like, kind of tank it. Chestnut does just fit the bill, so I think we just go Chestnut. Octazooka can lower accuracy, I believe, right? Octazooka. Yeah, 50% chance to lower accuracy. That's kind of messed up. Because that's what I would be baiting. Man, I wish I had Volt Switch here. 50% to lower accuracy. I would love to just give this a wide lens to counteract it, but the problem is then we can get paralyzed. Excuse me. I ate a lot. Not all of them, though? Well, not all of them are obtainable, as far as I know. That has not been colored. Oh, fuck, did I? Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. There you go, sorry. And now I made it say Sludge Bomb. I've been actually meaning to get rid of this plugin I have that makes the... It makes like bold and italic text also colored, but I have a different add-on I want to use that just gives me an option to color text. That's at least my thing. Pokemon Null is a hack ROM and includes a lot of Pokemon from Gen 9. Oh, you didn't know what Pokemon Null is? Wait, do you not know what Pokemon Null is? Because if so, I guess I could explain it, but like, yeah. All of the Pokemon are in the game. Most of them are not going to be obtainable, though, because the game wants to make sure that the encounters are balanced and such and so forth. What is this using? It's still using Octazooka on me. It's still like, that's still highest damage. Really wish I had like a water absorb mon or something here. I could... Ooh, actually... I could bring... I guess defog doesn't really help me, it just lowers accuracy. Lowering speed would not be the worst thing here. Like, I could bring this, kill it with Giga Drain, and if it speed boosts too much, I can deal with that, theoretically. Oh, I could also go into this and then Gastro Acid to get rid of the ability. Make that not a problem. Oh, actually, Appleton fucking sits on this now that I see that. Yeah, this thing like cannot damage me. Even at +6, I doubt this can really hurt me. Yeah, okay, no, Appleton fucking sits on this. Holy shit. Even the lower accuracy is not gonna matter. No, 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 Appleton, you go, girl. I'm glad Appleton still gets to do stuff, because I feel like Appleton is honestly not a great Pokemon in this game. And if I get another Applin in the future, I am almost certainly saving the evolution for Hydrapple. We absolutely sit on this, even at +6. Accuracy could be a problem, however. But it shouldn't be much of a problem. In terms of item, I guess just a Cherry Berry will do. This has a White Herb. That technically isn't going to be an issue, I think. Yeah, no, I don't think White Herb's going to really be an issue. There we go. Make him red so we know that's the enemy Pokemon. It's the opposing Badmon. Me watching every ROM in existence not include Go-Goat in any way, shape, or form. I think well, we can check if Go-Goat's in the game. Well, Go-Goat's in the game. You can't catch one. Sorry. Sorry, buddy. I think it was available in Lucid, no? I think it was. Alright, this guy. This guy's a little bit more of a problem with his little focus punchies. Indeed, a little bit more of a problem. Stomping Tantrum does surprisingly little damage to this. Alluring Voice goes through Substitute, no? Because it's a sound-based move? I believe? Ah, but Thunder Punch, like, kills us. That's not really viable here. It does look like Toxtricity can handle this fight pretty well. Because Hyper Voice goes through Substitute, that I know. So we could bring that as our main guy here. Because, like, if it sets up Substitute on the switch, then we can just click Hyper Voice and prevent it from, like, clicking Focus Punch. And with a Silk Scarf, we have a guaranteed 3-hit KO on it. And we'll only have to take some Thunder Punches. I think that's actually better. We'll have to find a different way to deal with Octillery, though. Because I feel like it's just the safest way to deal with this. For Electivire... I just really don't like baiting Ice Punch on everything. It's not really my favorite. Let's just bring Whiscash, also with an Aspire Berry. Yeah. But Aqua Tail not 2-hit KOing kind of sucks. Yeah, I guess we just kind of have to deal with it. Risk some crits, whatever. That's fine. Swap you with Whiscash. And then you get yourself a Silk Scarf instead. Swap in on substitute or make out. Hyper voice goes through sub, and 3 hit KOs with Silk Scarf. Simple but effective game plan. And I like doing this just for myself so I know what moves to click. Like which ones are my moves and which ones are the opponent's moves that I need to be worried about, you know? And this is for Iron Hands. Good open, or good, not good opener, good way of dealing with it. And then lastly, but not leastly, we have... Where's my notes? Where's my notes? There's my notes. We have a Rotom, Himst, Elf. Ominous Wind, Charge Beam, Stored Power, Signal Beam. I assume Charge Beam is 100% to raise in this game. 70% still, okay, but it's 100% accuracy. Ominous Wind, 10%, okay, yeah, those were not changed. So, yeah. Let's see who handles you the best. So, of my guys that outspeed, Whimsicott could probably two-shot this. But we are risking some stuff by doing that. If this guy does go to like +1/+2 special attack, let's just see who can still take hits from it. Oh, Nidoqueen with Crunch does pretty well. Eldegoss does pretty well. Eldegoss would also... No, because Stored Power only cares about positive stat boosts, not negative. Never mind. Actually, Drampa does pretty okay into this. Yeah. I gotta sneeze, hold on. Hey! Oh, excuse me. Ah, that was a big one. That was a big sneeze. Gesundheit, thank you. I've got a lot of team slots open, so I'm just gonna bring a bit of a smorgasbord of useful Pokemon here. Because both Dragalge and Drampa seem to be pretty useful for the rest of the fight as well. I'm gonna bring along Drampa, I think, for the ghost immunity. I think that'll fill out the team nicely. And we're gonna go Colossal. We are gonna go Chestnut, and we are gonna bring good old Drampa. And I'll do them like this. All 3 of these can somewhat handle Rotom, although boosts can present an issue. Hence why I'm bringing 2 shell armor guys. Because I'm bringing 2 shell armor guys so that I can hopefully not bait any crits, and both of these guys together just can hit it once and kill it. Yeah. And if I'm baiting Ominous Wind, I can go into Drampa, so... Ah, Jesus, I gotta blow my nosy quickly. Ah, that was a big sneeze. Excuse me. How long it's going to take? I have a question. AI of this game. Send Pokemon which is more effective against your Pokemon, just like Pokemon or any good AI. We don't actually know the switch AI in this game for certain in Pokemon Null. It's still a little bit opaque. We assume it works like it does in Lucid, but we're truly not sure. We can't know. So I can't sadly answer that. Lurk, hi Lotus. Hello. You can do it, go get him. I will certainly try. I will certainly try. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. I had a bad start to my day and then I turned it around and I made it a good start to the day. And I think that is awesome that I did that. And you should also do it if you can. Oh god, hold on. It's very cold today. Maybe I'll get my blanket. I've got a comfy little blanket. Also, my ass just kind of forgot. There was also the Ralts fight. I kind of forgot about that. Let's quickly, quote-unquote, plan the Ralts fight. Let's get everyone to +2. Wait, I can just fucking kill this guy with double edge? I might die if I do that, to be fair. That's not really a good strategy. Oh, but I can just kill it with Sand Slash. Wait, that's really funny. Okay, so I don't actually need to plan this fight. I just bring Sand Slash. That's awesome. Okay, awesome. Dude, Alolan Sand Slash has been so useful. God, what a demon. What a demon of a Pokemon. I'll also bring a Fake Out guy, because why not? For this, I'll bring... I don't know. I'll bring little Murkrow. You have Aqua Jet. You have Aqua Jet. And if I need to sack something, I'll bring something I can sack. I can probably sack Victory Bell. She's probably not that important. In case I do need to sack for tempo. And I'm just gonna put my good old Bright Powder, my favorite item in the game. Bright Powders never let me down. And you for the Aqua Jet, and you for the crit or something, I don't know. It'll go fine. I think, as long as I'm not, like, misunderstanding how this works. But, like, we do just kill this at +2 with Iron Head, and this can't really do anything against it. I hope. And then we can immediately go into the first gym fight. Hope you're ready! Am I leading with the correct Pokemon? Yes, Sam Shrew is in fact leading. Uncle, please, I want to challenge the gym. Please, please, mister. Please, Mr. Uncle. Please. Bleep, 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 bleep. I'm sorry, Ralts. I'm sorry. Oh my god, it's the power of friendship! So it is actual stat changes, so I could have theoretically brought, like, Haze Murkrow and just dealt with it. Could have been funny. Oh no, it traced my Slush Rush! Ah! Oh no! Anyway. God, Sam, you are... a murderer. Wait, we knew that already. I'll go back to Verdanturf. Being a trainer is tough, isn't it? You caught his Pokemon, why don't you visit Verdanturf sometime? I'm sure he would enjoy it. Oh, you know what? I'll go visit. Oh, never mind. I was gonna go visit right now. You're friends with him, right? I saw how you destroyed his entire bloodline. You beat him impressively. That's what a Pokemon battle is all about. Jesus Christ. Okay, now let's prep our actual team. And by actual, I mean like for the actual upcoming battle. What was said team for the actual upcoming battle? Let me quickly put it back in the calc before I put it into the other thing. So it was Whiscash, Appleton, Toxie T, and then these three. Yes. Put my boys in the team. Put them in the team, my boys. And yes, I'm still speeding up. I really thought I was going to play this game without speed up at the start, but then I, you know, remembered that I am in fact me, and me is very, very, extremely impatient. In terms of items, we will need one Aspire Berry, a Cherry Berry, I believe it was, for my Appletonny boy, and a Silking Scarf of Silked variety. And then the rest of the items don't fully matter, at least they don't seem like they do, so I will go with a Scope Lens on you, a Bright powder on you, I guess. And a king's... I guess you can't flinch it, actually. You can just have a berry juice. Because you have pretty low base HP. There we go. I think that'll work great. I don't think I needed to teach any moves or anything. Nope. This should hopefully work. Alright, first battle. First proper battle. I'm sorry, Wally. What do you have to say? How's it going, champion bound pay? Wattson, the leader of Marvel, uses electric types. If you use water types, you'll die. Don't use water types. Be smart. Smart about it. I'm really nervous about this gym. I've not, like, planned most of it, so we are gonna have to do a lot of planning today, but, like, my god, man. It just looks really rough. Alright, Battle Girl Rivian. Show me what you got. Let's do this! For the Electivire, we are not going to bother clicking Stomping Tantrum because I believe it'll click Magnet Rise. We are just going to Aqua Tail. It did not, in fact, Magnet Rise for some reason. That's a crit. That's not great. Because we do have a 3-hit KO on this. Why is it not clicking Magnet Rise? Can you stop? Well, we're in trouble now. Okay, so we lost like 4 total turns there, by the way. This was meant to be safe, but it double crit me and didn't click Magnet Rise. So that's 1 turn lost to the 2 crits because they're 1.5 damage. And then another turn lost to it not clicking Magnet Rise. That is what I like to call mildly problematic. Also because I didn't put an Aspire Berry on anyone else. I'm going to pivot through, or not pivot, I'm just going to go into Tired. Because at least if this gets frozen, I can simply thaw. Super effective, but at least we have Magma Armor, so we cannot die from this. And we are going to kill it with a Rock Slide. It looks does the most damage. Rock Slide is 100% accurate. But I should maybe click Heat Crash. I think that should also kill here. Just in case it does freeze me with an Ice Punch here. But it should always be clicking Brick Brick. Didn't I give this a berry juice? I thought I gave this a berry juice. Oh no, I gave you a Scope Lens, okay. Well, we did get the crit out of it. This is kind of fine, actually. Because this is now guaranteed Octazooka. That does mean we're likely to get an accuracy drop here, which I'm not a big fan of. That's a crit. Okay, a lot of crits here. A lot of crits here today. I was gonna say maybe we outspeed here, but no, that's not gonna happen. So +2 defense. I'm gonna keep track of these stat changes here because they might matter. Did we get accuracy dropped? I don't think we did, right? Or did we? I actually forgot. There's a Spadef drop. What gets boosted? Okay, +4 defense, -2 special defense now. You keep hitting. Don't get fully parried. Don't do it. Go on fast. Nice. Okay. At least this 1v1 went as planned. Iron Hand comes out next. I believe this sees a kill with Focus Punch, but I don't know if it would click it here. Focus Punch does have a bit of a problem here in that we are technically 2-shot by it. How much does a crit Focus Punch do to me, actually? A good 87%. But I don't really have anything that can, like, safely pivot through it. So I'm hoping to see Fake Out or Substitute here. That's what I'm hoping to see. It is Focus Punch. Okay, so I guess they can click Focus Punch over Kill. That's not great, but it won't be able to click Focus Punch again. That's the nice part. So we have a... what happens if I drop this thing Spadef, actually? Then I have a chance of killing with Sludge Bomb, theoretically. No, because Acid Spray doesn't do enough by itself. It'd still be a 3-hit KO, but we could... No, because also he doesn't have any special... We're just going to click Hyper Voice here. We're just going to do Hyper Voice. Okay. Okay, it really likes... Is Focus Punch not considered like a negative effect move or something? Okay, it's a little... Because I thought it would be discouraged or something in some situations. Like if you don't have a... If you don't have a substitute up, it's not going to click it as much or something, but apparently not. Now, this is actually always baiting exactly Ominous Wind, so we get a free switch here, which is really nice. And now this wants to use Signal Beam, which cannot raise its stats, so we just kind of get to hit this now. Like, Signal Beam can lower our stats, or I think Confuse? I forget which one. But that's actually kind of nice for me, so this is super safe now. Good. That was good. That was a good first fight. A good first battle. Alright. Back to the planning. Come on, go on the other screen, you dipshit. My calc, I mean. Alright. Get out the planner, and down to the next guy. Bug Maniac Angelo. I haven't planned these battles out properly, I just like looked what Pokemon could potentially beat them. This is the guy I talked about with the fucking Exploding and Revival Blessing team. It's rough. It's a rough team. But we have potential options here. So what we're going to do is we are going to bring these 6 Pokemon. And I will explain why. Number 1, once I remember. Number 2, once I remember. So for Electrode, this is literally Choice Band Explosion. We can just click Spiky Shield, get a free kill. That should, I think, always bait Rapska for a Psychic kill. I think. I guess it could also be Golem for a kill with Explosion, but I don't think Explosion works like that on switching. So for that, we just go into Morpeko. I'm actually gonna properly write this down here. Explodes, we Spiky Shield. There we go. So that's the interaction between these two done. Next out. Why is this like... Okay, I thought that one was smaller or something. Next out is Rapska. We bait Psychic. Nope, come on. Therefore, go Morpeko and kill with Aura Wheel. Because when we switch in, we are going to change Formy. Aura Wheel will kill if we have a Muscle Band. Because as Leopard Berry Synchronized, this does not have one of the special Big Boy moves. Assuming this actually clicks Psychic, because I don't know if there's some special AI with Revival Blessing or whatever. But like, it sees a kill with it. Sometimes, I don't know. I know this game is weird with like not actually seeing all of the rolls as killing, because like not a lot of these damage rolls kill. You see it's only a 25% chance, so I guess it'll only click a 25% chance 25% of the time, and maybe the other times it'll click Revival Blessing. I don't know. I'm unsure. Okay, I don't know. We are going to need a Muscle Band so that we simply one-shot, because we will not be allowed to click Fake Out here, because otherwise we will go back to our regular form, and in that Formy, Aura Wheel becomes a electric type move, and we will not be able to deal enough damage to it. But with a Muscle Band, just double checking, we do deal enough damage to it. That will probably bring out Golem, using something, I guess? Head Smash, probably. Could also be Explosion. Surprisingly, Whiscash and Nidoqueen kind of wall this, which is really interesting. The reason I'm not bringing Mudsdale, even though Mudsdale can theoretically one-shot, is because this has a Custap Berry. and also endure, so I want to be able to outspeed it. I guess it doesn't actually matter, huh? Now that I think about it. Yeah, actually that does not matter. Never mind, I'm being stupid, I guess. Yeah, I guess actually Mudsdale is better than Whiscash here. Yeah, we want to bring our ground types here for obvious reasons. So that we don't have to deal with the galvanized bullshit. Golem Alola. So we bring these two. Except you are going to be swapped with Mudsdale. Oh, come on. Become green. And the text is just going to say we switch into any electric moves and 2-tab, assuming no crits here, though. Satch. Yeah, we have to risk crit here, sadly, because this thing just does too much damage. There isn't really a way around it. Hopefully it'll still be fine. We could also use our Jaboka Berry, but I feel like it would be very, very early to do that, so I don't really want to. So we're probably just going to give these two, like, you know, Bright Powder, and other stuff. We'll see, we'll see. Now, how do we deal with this thing? Ironically, for being like a strong-ass Pokemon, Palmot actually just like completely falls to a Ribombee. We one-shot it with Alluring Voice and don't care about what it does. It's actually kind of funny how, because it doesn't have like proper move coverage. So Palmot is actually just like 1v1'd by our wonderful Ribombee. Literally 1v1s. Now you may be wondering, what are we bringing Colossal for? Colossal is backup. I'm gonna put Colossal down here actually, put a text box under it that just says Explosion backup in case of revival. Come on, revival blessing. Because we can't take Galvanize Explosion, that's what our ground types are for. But we can, in fact, take an explosion from Electrode. In fact, we can even take 2 explosions as long as we give this a healing item. Should ideally be a Berry Juice because it doesn't need to be a big healing item. This is just so we can switch in on it later. If it does happen, right? That's the goal here. That's also why we're bringing 2 Pokemon to deal with Golem, though this one is a bit more shaky. Ideally, we're going to send in Nidoqueen first and then keep Mudsdale for the second time this comes out, because it can actually one-shot. Can Nidoqueen with a soft sand one-shot this? See, now you got me thinking. I'm actually gonna bring Whiscash and Nidoqueen after all. Because if we can kill this with a soft sand, at least some of the time, like 98% of the time, whatever it said, that makes it so that this makes a good backup. So Nidoqueen is like the second thing we switch in, and Whiscash is the first guy we switch in. Because it also doesn't actually do enough damage to it to proc the Custap Berry. If we're only... At least it doesn't necessarily. Because I think... When does Custap Berry activate, actually? Let me double check that. Custap Berry. How much is low? 1/4. Okay, so... If we low roll, we actually have a chance to not trigger Custap Berry. So I think that's... useful. I think that's useful... you know, useful info. A useful thing to try and do, one might say. Let's build the team. Well, not build. We'll set up the team. Put it all in the party. Items first, as per usual. Alright, I gave you the berry juice. Okay. So... Nido Queen comes in. We're gonna be bringing Rabombi. You're gonna lead. And last team slot is going to go to Morpeko. Next up, items. We are going to need a berry juice on Colossal. And we are going to need a muscle band on Morpeko, I believe. We are going to need a soft sand that I'm already hovering over on Nido of Queen. No item on Rabombi. Is that really true? Let me just make sure. You have no item. You just one-shot with a Lauren voice, alright. That means... Gonna give the bright powder to you because I believe Head Smash is not 100% accurate. It is 85% accurate, so... Head Smash, we can give it like a decent chance to miss with bright powder. That is actually worth it. That's like genuinely like a worthwhile thing to try and do. What item do I give if I have nothing to give? That's the question. You can have wise glasses just to have, okay? You can just have them. I think you deserve them. And... I'll just give you a berry juice to my spooky boy. But that should be all there is to do. Just quickly double check that we have the correct team in the correct order. It is not in the correct order. This looks a bit more like a correct order. Which means we can go and do the next fight. I know I save a lot before fighting, it's just because I never remember if I actually did. Let's fucking do it. No stalling. You love shiny things? Same. We're all just crows in disguise, aren't we? Alright, Electrode. You have one job. Blow up. Die. Kill yourself. Thank you. It is Rapska next. Now show me Psychic. Show me the Psychic. Come on, show me Psychic. Show me Psychic. Show it to me. Come on, show it to me. Let's go. That's a whole entire... it is a whole entire Revival Blessing we won't have to deal with. That's really good. Also, we're at +1 speed. I always forget about that. Fuck you. I know this is guaranteed shiny, by the way. Which is infuriating. That is very infuriating. We're baiting only Head Smash here, I believe. And I have no reason not to Parting Shot, to be honest. Just makes it a bit safer, you know? And we go into Whiscash first. No crit, that's good. Stomping Tantrum number 1. I also forgot Head Smash recoil means we are definitely putting this in Custap Berry range. Unless I Aqua Tail here. Just gonna put it to about 50 and then Stomping Tantrum does kill. I think that's actually smarter here. Never mind, we crit. Okay, maybe I should have just clicked the button then. Oh, big crit! Jesus Christ! Oh my god! I thought I was safe from crit there, I guess I was not. Bastard. Absolute bastard, man. Okay. Well, this kind of can't hurt Rabombi, but this is going for a kill, actually, right? That's so perfect. We sadly don't outspeed this. That's the only problem here. We do not outspeed this. We have nothing that outspeeds this except Talonflame. Talonflame couldn't kill it, so this probably is going to set up a Revival Blessing here. Yeah, that's what I thought. And Electrode was revived, alright? It's a good thing we brought Colossal, because Colossal can in fact simply switch in on it, never get crit because of Magma Armor, and then it dies. Yeah. 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 Nice. Yeah. Very nice. That was a high roll, by the way. That was almost 50% roll. Very awesome. Who is next? Wait, isn't there supposed to be another? Oh, that's a double battle up there. Okay, that's the double battle up there. Let's just stay here for a second. Put the music back on. Save the game. Make sure everything gets done in the way that it's supposed to. Very clean battle except for that one crit. But what are you gonna do? Sometimes you get crit, you know? That means that that parting shot was like fully necessary though, because if I hadn't done that, I would have gotten killed by that crit. I would have gotten like a regular hit into crit for the kill. That's what would in fact have happened there. My Twitchers, you're going to be given an ad now, but we're just gonna start playing the next battle anyway. I apologize. I should also run ads on YouTube, you know what? There you go. If you're not a member, you now get ads. Because, it's kind of unfair if only one side of the field gets ads. So I'm gonna make it more fair. Make it more fair for everyone. And we're just planning fights anyway, so it's not like a big deal. So, the next fight. Speaking of the next fight. This next fight, in fact, looks a little bit on the rough side. On the woof side. Let me start inserting all this stuff here. Rotom Frost. Nope, that's Sacarbos. That's not what I want here. Earthworm. That's the Pokemon Showdown logo. I don't know what that's doing in my files. Well, I mean, I know what it's doing there. I'm just sad I didn't delete it yet, I guess. Because I got all these sprites from the Showdown repository, obviously. Kilowattrel and Electros. That's the opposing guys we'll be fighting. And my very, very quick pre-planning, by which I mean yesterday evening I quickly looked at my... at the Pokemon that, like, just 1v1 some of these guys. This was what I came up with. But we will be going through all of them one by one, obviously, because there's a good chance I missed something. There's a good chance the lines don't work out. I didn't write down any moves, I didn't write down any info. This was literally just me being like, okay, who can theoretically 1v1 what here? So we are going to still thoroughly go over everything, because that is what is required for it to go well. Ad breaks should be about over in a moment for everyone. I think. Oh wow, actually I just saw when I minimized the window, it actually disappears from OBS. I like that. I like that. I like when the window only appears when I actually have it open. Alright, so Galvantula. This thing does suck a little bit, in the sense that, You're looking at it. I mean, you're seeing it. You see why it sucks. A Thunder crit... Oh wait, we can't get crit, right. But this is actually fine then. Yeah, this is actually like a perfect opening for me. We Heat Crash. Heat Crash... triggering Focus Sash, and then Rapid Spin. We are always safe from 2 Thunders. Man, Colossal's been coming to like a lot more battles. I'm appreciating this guy a lot more recently. In order for this to work, however, my boy does need to be holding a Cherry Berry. And so that is what my boy will in fact be doing. This is pretty safe. This is pretty safe. The reason we do it this way is so that he can't set up sticky webs. This always exactly prevents sticky webs from going up, because Heat Crash is going to get it to 1 HP. I don't think Heat Crash can burn. Yeah, Heat Crash cannot burn. That's great, because we don't want this to be able to get burned. We'll get it to 1 HP on Focus Sash. it is faster than us, so if we kill it with a rapid spin, it will never have a chance to actually set up sticky webs. We'll only ever get hit by a maximum of 2 thunders. Most likely it's going to be 1, because I'm pretty sure on turn 1, the AI really is like incentivized to set up sticky webs. So that is totally fine. And then we just deal with it. Is my game sped up right now? Okay, no, the lightning thingies are just, they're just like that. They just do that. Okay. Whomst switches in next. It's probably Rotom Frost, because I think I'm just going to be baiting down the line. But there is also a chance that I don't take enough damage and it will instead be Earthworm. So it kind of depends. I think Earthworm is a bit more likely because I do think it's hard-coded to... I think it's hard-coded to sticky webs on turn 1, so I'll only be at like enough HP for this thing to kill me. Could also be Electros, actually. Electros seems a bit more likely. I'm taking a maximum of 43%. So 57% is what it needs to deal to kill. A minimum of 36%. So 64%. Okay, no, it's probably Earthworm. It's very unlikely that it's not going to be Earthworm. But there is a chance, so we'll plan for both. I would honestly like Electros more. I think it's easier to switch into. How do we switch into Earthworm is the question, because I don't really want to switch in on Earthquake, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, actually. If I go into Whimsicott, I'm always baiting Heavy Slam next. I don't think it'll be like setting up. And then I can just go into Armor Rouge and set up a thing. You know the thing. There we go. Pivot through Whimsicott on EQ. Then bait Heavy Slam into Armor Rouge and kill with Flamethrower. That looks pretty safe. I don't think it'll ever be wanting to set up spikes or anything in that situation. I'm gonna go bang, group them up, Earthworm. I think I'm typing that correctly. I'm not typing that correctly at all. There we go. Boom. Nope, not like that. Come on. Boom, bang. One more down. There we go. That looks prettier. I need my shit to look pretty, okay? Don't judge me. So, that looks pretty safe. I don't think we'll need a specific item for it even. You know, we just kill this, especially if we swap it on Heavy Slam. We can also just swap it on an Earthquake crit, but this way we just save a little bit of HP, so I think I like that more. Next up, we would be probably baiting Electros doesn't outspeed though. But I think it will be Kilowattrel or Electros next. Let's assume Kilowattrel here. Kilowattrel is handily 1v1'd by Toxtricity. 2 Sludge Bombs or like, yeah, really any of this can kill. What does a Cell Battery do again? Let me quickly check that. Cell Battery Pokemon. Because I don't actually remember. If the holder is hit with an electric type damaging move, it consumes the Cell Battery and its attack it's increased. Why is that? What am I ever hitting with electric moves on this team? That's a really weird item to give this. I mean, I'm not gonna complain, I suppose. Yeah, I guess I'm not gonna complain about it. If it's just gonna give me like a free, or like a Pokemon with no item, essentially. Dragalge is pretty... Nah, we do a lot better with... Yeah, actually, Dragalge baits flinches. I'm not a huge fan of that. Yeah, I think Toxie is gonna be good here. Toxie is maybe more useful than I was giving it credit for. Maybe it's not that bad of a typing after all. Electric and poison. Maybe it's not that bad defensively. We always two-shot this, so I don't know what item I would ideally want here. Because the problem is this can also just click U-turn. And I don't really want it to, but I don't really have a choice, right? Like, it's gonna click it. Oh, this does also have a chance to set Tailwind, now that I think about it. I kind of didn't see that. That does throw a wrench in some of my plans. Because I also don't have a Pokemon that can set Tailwind, that can, like... Well... Yeah, no, you don't 1v1 this, never mind. Yeah, I still think it's best for us to just swap this in and, like, hit it twice. I think that's still ideal. Swap in and hit it twice with anything. Really. Tailwind and U-turn could be an issue. I think I'm gonna give Toxtricity a citrus berry here, actually. Yes, I know I'm burning through these like crazy, but if I have to swap this in multiple times, I would rather be able to take a crit or two. So I'm gonna do it this way. I think it is worth it. Now, what would come in on this? Yeah, probably Rotom Frost at this point. Rotom Frost is a bit hard to deal with, I'm not gonna lie. Especially if we're switching it on Blizzard. Yeah, if we're coming on a Blizzard, I might actually pivot through Colossal, I'm not gonna lie. Depending on our HP, but it should still be like pretty reasonable. And then we should be baiting Zap Cannon or Volt Switch. And then we can go into this guy. But like, how do we kill this guy? Why did I put this here? What the fuck? Wait, this doesn't ever kill. Wait, this is like an awful counter to this. What am I thinking? Yeah, I just don't have a counter to this thing, actually. What the fuck? This guy kind of fucking sits on me, I'm not gonna lie. Huh. Yeah, this guy kind of fucks me, huh? Hard style or something type shit. There's a Talonflame angle, maybe. We still... Oh, this is actually a rough one, huh? Especially with the Blunder policy raising its speed, potentially. I'd really like to keep Colossal for this now that I think about it, but I don't think there's a way. Damn, this Rotom fucking me up, huh? Whiscash does not, in fact, handle my man. Hey, Marty. Thank you for censoring yourself. That's so kind of you. What do I do here? You should probably learn Rock Slide, right? Guaranteed 3-hit KO, huh? Meanwhile, we're a fucking 2-shot from Blizzard. Not even counting for crits. There is a potential, like, fake-out spam angle, but we'd have to swap this thing so many times into Zap Cannon that it just would not pan out for me. Though right now we're switching into Blizzard, which is the problem. There isn't like another opener I can do that prevents sticky webs from going up, is there? I don't think there is. My only other rapid spinner is Eldegoss. It's too good of an opener to not use. Let's have a look at Electros quickly and see if we need Victory Bell or if, because, like, Victory Bell is good here, but I feel like Whimsicott is just enough to kill this. With Giga Drain it would have been, actually. Now it's not. Because we can, like, charm this down a bunch, that's why I want this. How much am I taking from a crit Thunder Punch? Not that much, not that much. I think it's fine for us to not bring this, because we can also just kill this once this is, like, once this thing's attack is lowered enough. I want to see if I can bring a good pivot or just something else to deal with Rotom. Because that's kind of what I'm struggling with the most here, thinking about it right now. Let me just double check. I believe Blunder Policy just gives +2 speed. Yeah, it's +2 speed. So I can't really rely on that, on like my Pokemon outspeeding. But I also don't know what else I could be relying on here. Because everything just gets one shot. Yeah, it's kind of rough. It's kind of rough for me. I actually just don't think I have anything for this, I'm not gonna lie. At least if this starts like outspeeding me. Obstagoon does seem to do okay into it. And to be fair, if we get like burned or paralyzed on this, it's kind of in our favor. It's pretty unsafe though. Obstagoon does outspeed it though. By 1 point. And we can bring you to bait Blizzard's Guaranteed. While also lowering its speed if it hits you on the switch in. Which, to be fair, like, if we can lower this thing's speed and just switch in Armor Rouge, that also works for us. I think that's what I think we're gonna bring Eldegoss here. Obstagoon looks very promising, but I think we bring Eldegoss. I think that's it. I think that's actually it. Newly acquired Eldegoss is going to play a very pivotal role here. Do I even still want to bring you in that case? I think I do still want to bring Whiscash, yeah. Yeah, no, I think I do. Because that way I still have a ground type, because I still do need that. One that isn't like weak to Blizzard. Water ground is very important typing to have here. We are going to need to use a Lumberry here, I believe. Actually, I think we're going to need 2 Lumberries. Because if we're also potentially using Colossal on this, then we're also going to need a Lumberry on him instead of a Cherry Berry for potentially later. Okay. Wait, I thought that if I do this, it copies it. Okay, it's supposed to, but it just didn't. Depending on what we bait, pivot through Colossal or Eldegoss. Whiscash also baits Blizzards guaranteed. If we can lower its speed enough using Eldegoss, Armor Rouge can one-hit KO. This is, I think, the shakiest part of the fight, thinking about it. I'm gonna need all 4 of our guys here, like, doing their best, doing their very best. But I think in order to one-shot, we are gonna need to give this a pair of Wise Glasses. No, it's actually not a guaranteed one-shot, but it's as close as we're gonna get. Because I believe we don't have access to charcoal yet. Land cave entrance. Yeah, that's directly after where we are. That's right after. Alright. Rotom Frost, you are not easy to plan for. Electros, however, a lot easier to plan for. Whimsicott can lower its attack with Charm and be relatively safe, and then anything can kill, really. This part of the fight's a little bit on the safer side compared to what we just planned. Alright. Let's prep the party, huh? This will be not a bloodshed, hopefully. It'll just be a little bit difficult. But it is Comfy's first foray in the box. Comfy's first appearance in my team. Toxie once again coming, which is very cool. I like the fact that Toxie has been like showing up in these battles. Maybe I'm not gonna hate him as much as I thought I would. You know, maybe I'm not so sad about not getting Togedemaru after all. Maybe that isn't actually that bad. Alright. Time to use some Lumberries, boys! So Lumberry we're gonna need here because this needs to be able to not get burned, not get frozen, not get paralyzed. All of those are things you want to avoid, so this does in fact get a Lumberry. Also, Whiscash is gonna get a Lumberry because we want it to not get frozen and not get burned. Those are both very important. Citrus Berry for Riff. Wise Glasses for Cannon Event. And then you're only taking an Earthquake. Hopefully there's not going to be spikes set up here. That's going to be... If there's spikes set up, that's going to, like, be a little bit problematic. I'm going to go with a Miracle Seed on Comfy. Although... No, I think Miracle Seed makes the most sense. Aquatail, Body Press, Thunder Punch. And I guess... no, I think I do want to... It feels like such a waste, but like I'm using them. I know we're going to get one more refill of Citrus Berries at least. And like I said, they're there to be used. We're using them, okay? We're using them. Make sure the team is correct. I'm going to put them in the right order, even if it's not technically the right order, but it's the right order in my calc. Just so I can make sure everyone's got the things that they need. Double check my items to make sure they're all correct. Lum, wise classes, citrus, miracle seed. All right. I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous about this one. This one I'm a bit nervous about. Oh, before I forget, I almost forgot. Rock Slide Tutor. Instead of Stomping Tantrum for this fight, because we're not hitting anything with ground moves. None of the fucking ground electric types here are weak to ground, which is kind of funny. So we are just gonna teach over that quickly. Awesome. They've stayed. Let's do it! Ground types stand no chance. Against your team? That's actually true. You are actually not incorrect. You are in fact correct, my dear friend. So, turn 1, we are going to Heat Crash. It sets up Sticky Web, that is fine. Focus Sash triggers, totally okay. Now show me Thunder Miss or show me Thunder No Paralysis. No para is good, we Rapid Spin. Crit doesn't matter, rocks get removed, or webs gets removed rather. And we kill the Tarantula. It is Orthworm next. We did take enough damage to trigger Orthworm coming in. My man is going to fire off a fat Earthquake, which we are going to ignore by going into Swab. And now it should be firing off a fat Heavy Slam. I hope no spikes. I really hope it does not go for spikes. Nice. And a Flamethrower nice and kills this. That does not matter. Simple one-shot, so Citrus Berry does not in fact matter. So far it's going good. Rotom is next. Okay. Interesting. I'm surprised it's not Kilowattrel for outspeed. Well, this also does outspeed me. Okay, well, I am now presented with a conundrum. Zap Cannon does not actually kill. Zap Cannon does not kill. It is, however, highest damage. I would say, two options. I have two options here, I would say. I could now go into Whiscash, tanking the Zap Cannon for free, and clicking Rock Slide, baiting a Blizzard, right? Which I don't think would trigger the Blunder Policy. This would then lead me to a potential spiral of having to like pivot around a lot to get Cannon Event back in. Until I can kill it, right? Until I can like outspeed kill it. I could also risk it here. It's 50% to hit. I believe it's 100% to paralyze, so we would need to get hit, then full parad, which is I think a 25% chance, in order for this to be bad. Getting crit would also be bad. Getting crit would in fact kill us. Most of the time, not all of the time. That's pretty risky. I'm not gonna lie, that is pretty risky. So let me see what would happen. If I go into Whiscash, we would take a Zap Cannon, tank it, click Rock Slide once, or perhaps... No, because honestly, if it's gonna attack with electric moves anyway, I would want to swap into Cottony or Eldegoss. Do I even outspeed this at -1? At -1, Armarouge does outspeed. The problem is that if it misses, then it's gonna get the +2 and we're gonna need to get it, like we're gonna need to get Cottony in 3 times. The other issue is, like, if we don't do that, how the fuck do we kill it, right? Because then we'd have to somehow bring Colossal in on a sack or on a Will-O-Wisp, which I don't think is going to happen. Like, killing it becomes a lot more difficult then. I think it might genuinely be better to just take the risk here. It's a pretty big risk. Armarouge is a very good Pokemon, but I actually think it's worth it. Okay, show me the miss here. Just show me the Zap Cannon miss. And if you hit, don't crit. And if you don't crit, also don't full para. So we need to see either a miss or a hit into not full para and not crit. You got this, Cannon Event. It hits. It's not a crit. We hit it. Hit the range. Yes! Woohoo! Nice. It was not a guaranteed kill. It was not guaranteed. It was like 98% or something. It was not fully guaranteed. That's very good. That's the biggest threat of the fight just gone. That is really, really good for me. Is this ever seeing a kill with Air Slash? It is. Okay, because I thought I could maybe pivot through my grass types here, but that would be a bad idea. Bad idea. Okay, this clicking keyboard. Nice. I believe we killed this with 2 hits of literally anything. That is what we wrote down. I'm just gonna click Sludge Bomb, I guess. No Tailwind is good. We're safe from crit. Poison doesn't really matter. Nice, no Tailwind, no U-turn. Perfect. Perfect. That does mean that the Citrus Berry is a little bit wasted, but it also means we can use this. I think we can kind of stay in on this for a turn now if we want. Honestly, that would be kind of nice. Let me see how much an Aqua Tail crit does to me. 94 at max. Okay, so I don't actually want to stay in on this. At least not ideally. I'd love to, like, sit on this for a little bit, but it's fine. We just go into Swab on the Aqua Tail. Or on the Coil. Could also be Coil. That's a crit. That's not great. And we start clicking Charm. -2. We eat our Citrus. Get it to -4. Oh yeah, now actually Body Press starts doing more damage. Let's get it to -6. Okay, -5 total. That's fine. And we start clicking Moonblast, because now it can't really threaten me anymore. Does Body Press crit kill me? I need to keep Body Press crit in mind. 31 HP for Body Press crit to kill me. We are still out of crit range. No, because it got +1 defense. That was actually really risky of me. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, we're in crit range. Never mind, I should be switching here. That was almost really fucking bad of me. I forgot that this had set up Coil once. It's a good thing we swapped. Alright, that was a big crit. That was a pretty big crit right there. I'm starting to not like the damage we're taking here in total. How much damage am I doing? This has Miracle Seed, I believe. How much recovery would I get from Giga Drain? Nah, not enough to live another Body Press crit. But I'm letting this recover too much is the problem. If we don't get double crits, then Riff would be the right answer. Am I willing to risk that? What is armor? Because armor is just paralyzed now, so that's just not a great solution anyway. I think I'm willing to risk this. Whiskash doesn't do enough damage, sadly, since this thing is physically bulking up. No, don't crit, don't crit. Okay, we're safe from another crit. We can now kill this thing pretty easily by going Acid Spray into any other move. This does not have priority, so we can simply kill now. Whew. Okay, that went a bit more rough than expected. There was a lot of crits on my guys. But we got through Deathless. We still somehow are managing to go through this Deathless. The issue is coming up. The two big issues are in fact upcoming. We did save our 2 lumberries. We did use another citrus berry though. Alright. Make sure I save my state. And let's go over to our planning. This will be a bit of a longer cook, I believe. This next battle. Because it is a double battle. And I have not actually done any planning for it yet. Let's create the actual node for it. And see what we can come up with. So, this is a true double battle. For some reason, despite it being 2 different guys, it's still a true double. So we cannot, in fact, just let one guy on the field forever. We've got Terrain Extender, Electric Terrain Plusle, Kling Klang with the Gear Up, Mirror Shot, Discharge, Magnetic Flux. I don't know what Magnetic Flux does. Raises defense special attack of allies with plus minus by plus. Okay, alright. Gear Up. Raise attack, special attack of allies with plus or minus by 1. Alright. Because I thought, like, I know gear grind, I know gear shift, or shift gear, I don't know gear up. What about is mirror shot? That's just like damage, right? Mirror shot. Yeah, that's just damage. Lowers accuracy sometimes. And then discharge. Toxtricity, also with plus. Thunder Cage. Sludge Bomb, Encore, Hidden Power, Ice. What is Thunder Cage? 80 power traps the target for 4 to 5 turns. Is that like... Yeah, I think that's Reggie Lecky's like signature move normally, isn't it? Then an Air Balloon Minun with Grass Knot, Fake Out, Thunder, Signal Beam, and then a low-key Toxtricity with Overdrive, Sludge Bomb, Hyper Voice, Snarl, and a Throat Spray. And this thing has an Ice Gem with Hidden Power Ice. Okay. Alright. That... It's certainly looking, you know? It certainly looks. It looks. It is looking. I think... no, because Fake Out. Okay, so turn 1 will be a bit difficult. Because we will not be able to guarantee moving. It'll randomly click Fake Out into one of our guys. We cannot pre-damage. So there isn't any, like, pre-damage stuff we can do. Doubles on. So there isn't like the typical protect baiting we can do here. Okay, so we got Plusle. And we got Toxtricity. No, we don't have what the fuck am I talking about? Sorry. Kling Klang. Them's is what the opponent's is. Modest with a Shuka Berry, and you with a Terrain Extender. I don't have like a faster Fake Out mon I can use here, so I am going to be taking a Fake Out on turn 1. That is just happening. That Or an electric terrain. That is also possible. How do I start this? Like, what's my game plan gonna be here? What's my winning position? I'm always a lot worse at planning double battles than I am planning regular battles for this reason. That, like, I find it hard to figure out, like, a winning position, and going turn by turn just doesn't work as well. Okay, let's think about this. Let's think about this. Morpeko does present a pretty good opening here because of Stomping Tantrum. That much is for certain. Because I wouldn't be surprised if turn 1 is like Magnetic Flux on the plusle, so it's harder to one-shot, and then it can set up the electric terrain, you know? You can actually one-shot with Body Press. Interesting. Probably both of them, right? No, you can't one-shot Kling Kling. Appleton just kind of sits here. Not gonna lie, bringing Appleton here as an opener feels kind of okay. Because we can do Light Screen for 8 turns. Nothing here has like Brick Break or anything, right? Feint. I don't think Feint breaks screens though. Because that would just allow us for like 8 turns in a double battle is a lot. That would allow us to just like be a lot less worried about taking damage. I don't hate that opening idea. It will need some support though, because we are still like taking a fake out potentially. And I don't have like a follow me user or anything of that sort. If I lead with Mudsdale, I could theoretically just one-shot the plusle depending on who gets targeted. I don't hate that idea. Like, if that's my turn 1, I kind of don't hate that. It works even better with Nidoqueen. Am I baiting anything specific with Nidoqueen that I wouldn't be baiting with Mudsdale? Mudsdale could potentially bait Plusle. Yeah, I think I like Nidoqueen more because that would bait Toxtricity more often. Actually, no, because it would be slot 1. So yeah, it would definitely be... it could be any of them, actually. But Toxtricity seems the most likely. Because then we would have all the plus Pokemon on the field at once, right? Instead of like baiting out plus and minus Pokemon to be on the field at the same time, which I don't really want to happen. Okay, God, I'm so bad at planning double battles. Okay, let's think about this. Morpeko is like not super threatened by anything here not named Toxtricity. So that's good. We also don't outspeed... We outspeed the Minun, we don't outspeed the Plusle. What if I get 31 speed on this? Then we would outspeed. Okay, unironically, it might be time to use one of my heart scales. I've not used them, I kind of always forget I have them. It might actually be time. Morpeko has been incredibly useful. Getting this thing to max speed, since it's already like Jolly Nature, I actually think is worth it here. Hold on, we're gonna change our plan a little bit. So Morpeko. Copy this thing. And we're gonna type in scale 31 speed. I think that is super worth it here. Yeah, no, I think that's super worth it here. Where'd the more Peko go? There we go. Export, import. Because like that just allows me, it's like it's my only fake out mon. I have to... Why does that not... Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Doubles on. This is so I know to turn on and off double battle calcing, by the way, this up here. Okay. Actually, I should have them laid out like this so I don't confuse slot 1, slot 2. I think this makes a bit more sense. Okay. So this would let me fake out into the plusle and kill it. Baiting out probably not Toxtricity, I think. What would come out next? Minen? I don't know, because like I show a kill into these two. So I don't actually, I think it might just be Minen next. What do I have that kills Minun and can outspeed it? Double edge on this thing, huh? Well, to be fair, it actually doesn't take that much damage from discharge. I kind of still like the idea of setting up light screen, though. I think that's still like just super convenient here. I thought double started with plus little Minen. Does it? Because it says, it normally when a double battle has like two separate trainers, when it's not a quote-unquote true double, it looks like this in the calc, where they're like separated. So you know that like Volbeat is out and then Illumise is out. Here you can see this is not a true, or this is a true double, meaning I also cannot just like kill all the Pokemon from one trainer and then that side of the field will be empty. You know what though? I'm gonna make a save state quickly and save the game because I actually want to make sure that that is how it works, because otherwise that could be problematic. Okay, that's weird. Wait, no, hold on. Why is it like that? Thank you for pointing that out to me. This is really fucking weird. Why is it plus? That's not what it shows. Like, normally what it would look like would be... Hold on. It would look like this, right? Let me double check on the sheet that I didn't like copy myself. No, that's just how it looks. Okay, that's a bit messed up, I'm not gonna lie. See, now I don't know though whether... Like, so is this a true double? Because now it matters, like, can I take out one side of the field here is my question now. Can I take out one side of the board and then just deal with the other one by itself? That's now the question. Alright, that changes things a lot though, because also that means that our opening is no longer safe. Well, actually... Wait, does this make my opening more safe? I mean, it's 2 trainers, so it should be able to. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I was like, oh, it's 2 trainers, but it's not a true double. I'm gonna put that... Give me a second here. I'm quickly gonna go into the... into the Discord. Make a screenshot of this. And just put it in the bug reports. Not really, but... Actually, I'm gonna quickly check if even I'm allowed to put, like, documentation bugs in here. Okay, it doesn't say that I can't. It is wrong. Weird documentation. The battle starts with Lussel and Meinen. But the way this is formatted makes it look like it's a true double with Lussel and Kling Klang lead. I got saved, luckily, before I planned the whole battle out, assuming it was a true double. Okay, just letting people know about that. That is a good shout, Thoranium. Thank you. Thank you about that. That does make the opening actually a lot easier for me, because now what I can do is I can bring Staraptor. Swap file to Meinen. I still think scaling 31 speed is correct, by the way. I still think that that's like the smart choice here. So we can bring Staraptor, and we can just fucking kill the Meinen. This does also mean I need to make sure that minus is triggered as being active. Not that that super matters here, because I outspeed this. Oh, but this is going to be faked out. This will be faked out. It's plus and terrain extender, and this is air balloon. Okay, making sure that these don't have covert cloak. I will still outspeed this with my Morpeko. So that'll work. Fake out. Double edge. So far, no items needed. And then, can this only swap into Toxtricity on slot 2 is my question. Because that's what I'm assuming now, right? That this can only be slot 2? If I have Silk Scarf, can I kill this? It wouldn't actually matter. So this should now switch into Toxtricity low-key form. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, by the way. We are going to plan this battle. Okay, we're going to plan it as if this is a not true double, as if this is a regular double battle, where we can take out the minus Pokemon, meaning Toxtricity, Loki, and Meinen, and then focus on slot 1. If it turns out to not work that way, I am going to allow myself to reset this battle because the documentation is not clear on what it means. I'm saying that beforehand so that it's not a thing where I'm like, oh, but I could have planned both, or like, oh, I now have to, like, oh, I don't want to reset something, blah, blah, blah. No. We're gonna plan this as if that's what we're dealing with, because that's what we are dealing with. We're taking a Sludge Bomb or an Overdrive and a Thunderbolt. So ideally we switch into something that can take a Sludge Bomb and a Thunderbolt. And maybe is not literally the weakest to Grass Knot. What about if we give this a Float Stone? Wait, isn't Float Stone... Does Float Stone not make the move do less damage? Am I... Wait. Halves the weight of the holder. Yeah, isn't grass not reliant on weight? Do we need to export it? Nope. So is floatstone just useless? I'm confused. If it doesn't do anything, I guess that would be the... Yeah, Nidoqueen is like a lot better to swap in here. It's better to swap in anyway than Whiscash. We'll just do it that way. So you... Nope. You're going to switch into Nidoqueen. Actually, I'll do it like this. Because these are both slot 2, so it makes more sense that way. You get copied, you get copied. Make sure they line up, because I want them to line up. There we go. So they swap into these two. But technically this happens at the end of the turn, so actually I'm going to do it like this. And then I'll do this. And then I will do... Hold on, I'm thinking. Let me think, let me do my thinking. There we go. Make sure you're green. Green is rain. Okay, so on turn 2, what do we do on turn 2? I think we swap Staraptor into Nidoqueen, taking Sludge Bombs or Overdrives and Thunderbolts. And more Pico. With a Muscle Band. Can one-shot with Stomping Tantrum. What about if I give you a Soft Sand? Could even one-shot the Plusle that way, huh? Especially after a Fake Out, I actually think I don't need it. Yeah, if I Fake Out, then I don't actually need it. It's so funny that this learns Stomping Tantrum. So then you are going to Stomping Tantrum. And this is going to Sludge Bomb / Overdrive. And you are going to Thunderbolt. Well, that looks a bit ugly, doesn't it? I think I'll just do it with cards, yeah. Stomping Tantrum, because then I can also make them the correct color. So you're gonna Stomping Tantrum, get rid of these. Not what I wanted to do there. Sludge Bomb, Overdrive. And Thunderbolt. I guess they don't need that arrow here, huh? I'm trying to make it look pretty, okay? No! Leave me alone. So you go into that, and you're both targeting into this guy, who is going to switch. Yes. Yeah, I can follow this. I can see what's happening here. I can see the targeting and it makes sense. Maybe I should, like... No, because it would still be impossible to put the arrow into this in a way that would be like... Actually, I guess that works. I don't know how I did that, but I did that. What? How did it... am I doing differently there? Oh, I guess I'm just... Huh? Oh, it's... Okay, no, I see what I'm doing. Never mind. All good. All good. I'm just being stupid. Turn 2. We swap in a Nido Queen. We kill this guy, who is now dead. And then on turn 3... This is gonna kill him, right? Yeah, with Muscle Band it is. So we need to make sure this has Muscle Band. As per usual. Dude, name a more iconic combo than, more Pico and Muscle Band, okay? You can't do it. It's not possible. It just isn't possible. There we go. Copy that here. Put you down 1, put you down 1. Or 2, actually. Nice, 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 nice. And I'm actually just going to copy all of this. Put it down here for turn 3. Staraptor dead. Or not dead. Replaced. Switched out. You are gone. You Stomping Tantrum into him who's not even going to get to move. And then... Good question. What then? Because then it's just this guy left, right? Who will no longer have plus active. And ideally, I'd like to try and set up something here. Something perhaps tailwindy. Or perhaps a little bit reflecty. And that would also be nice because then if we have this guy out clicking reflect, while you... Oh, this has Shuka Berry. I guess that doesn't super matter because we can just click Stomping Tantrum and then break it. And then when the Shuka Berry's gone... Yeah, we don't actually do that much damage into it. Why is this not doing that much damage? Oh, because we don't have Stab, I guess, yeah. And Aura Wheel just is pretty goddamn powerful. Yeah, I don't have like a great Tailwind setter for this, I guess. It's kind of fine though. How am I gonna kill this other Toxtricity as well? Armarouge does pretty well into it. Whiscash does great into this actually. And for the Klinklang, Nidoqueen does great, Whiscash does great, amazingly even. And I see no way to Tailwind it up, except for maybe Talon Flame, because Talon Flame is relatively bulky. I guess Staraptor could also come back in at this point, but like, you know, like, little bit of an Yeah, we'll bring Talonflame. Also baits electric moves. Feels a bit stupid though, just to set up Tailwind so we can outspeed some bullshit. Because even with Tailwind, do we even outspeed? Oh yeah, we do. Never mind. Tailwind would absolutely be worth it. Yeah, if we can get in Talonflame on this, then okay. This actually looks pretty easy now if the double battle works out like this. I think I liked how I had it here, yeah. And then you know what I'm going to type here for turn 4? I'm just going to type vibes from here on out. Because planning the rest of this seems a little bit not needed. I'm not going to lie. So we're going to go with vibes from here on out. So in hopefully 4 turns, we will essentially have won this. Hopefully. Let's go back over to our GPA overlay for now. And we are going to get out of here, go to a Pokemon Center, and get ourselves our wonderful little Morpeko. The first heart scale of the run, because Morpeko, frankly, you fucking deserve it, okay? You have been incredible. You have been an asset to the team that I cannot describe the sheer usefulness of. Been absolutely the most useful thing ever in history of usefulness. And I don't know what I'd do without you. So you're just here to set up Tailwind. Potentially. Hello, mister. I have an assortment of heart scales. How many do I actually have? I've not, like, checked, have I? I got 5 heart scales. Yeah, I'm down to use one. So we are going to maximize a stat. It will only cost you 1 heart scale. And we are going to use it on Speen, and specifically his speed. And now we finally have like a proper fast Pokemon. Look at this guy now. 29 attack, 3 defense, you know, whatever. 18 HP, 17 special defense, 31 speed now. This guy's good. Okay, listen, Morpeko's been like the fucking champion of this entire everything this whole time. It has been consistently incredibly useful. And, sorry, I was reading something on the side. Apologies, I got pinged. I think it's totally worth it using a heart scale on that, because it does also just keep our run running for longer. And I think that's useful. I'm going to give you bright powder just in case. I don't know what case, but there's probably some case out there. Guess berry juice for the rest of y'all? Except you get to have light clay, just in case. Again, I don't know what the case is. A floatstone for you, because I think it would be funny. And actually, I probably want the bright powder on Talonflame. Now, we got ground types. Speaking of ground types, let's actually make sure that Whiscash has its ground type move again, because we did unlearn it. Important. Importante. You still have Stomping Tantrum. You do. You have Double Edge. You've got Stomping Tantrum. You've got Apple Acid. Stompy T. And you've got Acrobatics and Tailwind. Very nice. And I think that's all we needed to prep for, no? I'm a bit nervous about this. Oh, there's also an ad break right now. I didn't even notice. So I will wait until that is done. And I'm gonna make sure I didn't miss anything. Air Balloon, Throat Spray, Ice Gem, Shuka Berry. Oh, I did miss something. Oh, wait. I did miss something. I don't know if it will matter, but I did in fact miss something. Wait. That's wrong. Okay. New problem. Stay with me on this. There we go. It says faint. It says that the minone has faint. Here it says that it has fake out. So I am believing, even if this says fake out, it won't matter, because it will click Thunder to try and kill the Star Raptor. However, if this clicks fake out, I'm going to also allow myself to reset, because this would once again be wrong documentation, and I would need to plan this opening differently if I was dealing with 2 fake out mons instead of just 1. We're all on board with that? Good. I'm going to be right back because my my laundry machine just got done. So I'm just going to very, very quickly be right back. There you go. You see how fast that was? Fastest laundry taker outer in the West. Woo! Alright. Save the game. Once again, there's 2 situations here in which I am allowing myself to reset. Because of weird documentation. You've got your muscle band, you've got your King's Rock that you won't need. Berry juice, light clay, floatstone, bright powder. Let's do this and hope that it works as it is supposed to work. Plusle and Minun. Turn 1, we are going to fake out the Plusle, which we outspeed, and we are going to double edge the Minun. It seems to not have fake out, or it just didn't click it. That was a big fucking fake out crit, by the way. Toxie T is out next. Toxie T should not see any kills into Morpeko. Oh, well, it does actually. But we kill it, so it doesn't matter. Plusle, that's the more important one. Plusle does not see a kill into Morpeko. It does see a fast kill into Staraptor. We go... Wait, actually, hold on. Toxtricity is slower than Morpeko, so we are just always killing this before it even gets to move. So I can actually safely go into Appleton here and then set up my light screens. We stompy that T on the Toxtricity. And now comes moment number 2, where we can potentially reset. This is not a true double. Alright, so we have locked one side of the field down. And now we're just allowed to have fun, basically. The battle is now essentially over. Plus has been deactivated. And this cannot really hurt Appleton. This cannot really hurt Morpeko. Morpeko can now kill this. And we can set us up a Reflect. It doesn't really matter that we have Reflect, but it's nice to have. Or a light screen, rather, sorry. Do we one-shot the Toxtricity in the back? We do. Alright, so that is not in fact a problem. So we can kind of just Stomping Tantrum here. Apple Acid. I don't believe this can, like, hurt me at all, ever, really. The only issue here would be, like, an accuracy drop. That could be problematic. Okay, it went into Fafnir. That's totally fine. And maybe with that chippage we kill this now? I actually don't think we do. I don't think we do enough damage. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, Magnetic Flux works on itself. Interesting. And for Toxtricity, all we have to do is Stomping Tantrum. And this is going to Hidden Power Ice. We are just going to switch out into Devils. Not that it matters. Okay, that was actually kind of piss easy, I'm not gonna lie. Morpeko kind of invalidates this whole battle, huh? That was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Oh, we take that. That 31 speed on Morpeko was 100% worth it, I think. I think that was so worth it. And I'm not going to regret that. Now, I've been streaming for 2 hours. I normally try to stream for 3. And we are standing right in front of Wattson. So, I'm gonna find myself some little bit more exciting music for the battle planning. I'm hoping this doesn't get copyrighted, but should be fine, right? Let's go with something a bit more energetic. Unless I don't like it. Maybe I actually think this is maybe too energetic. Hold on. Yeah, never mind. This is too energetic. Alright. This is a bit better. This is a bit better. I'll stick with Pokemon music for now, I think. I thought the ZZZ music would be fitting, but alas, it was a bit too much. I thought it was a bit too much techno for me. We're up against Wattson, boys. Attempt 1. It's time to plan. Null, Gym Leader, Wattson. Bot canvas. Alright. Turn double battle damage off. That's important. This battle is fucking rough, okay? I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I am not going to be one to sugarcoat it. We are dealing with a Tapu Koko, of which you can't actually see the lowest, hold on. One second. Insert 4, I guess. No, I want to insert 1 row below. There we go. This way you can actually see all the moves. You still can't see all the moves. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh god, dude. There we go. Now you can see all of the moves of this guy. So this is a double battle number 1. With Tapu Koko, Electric Surge, Terrain Extender, with U-Turn, so there is a chance that at the start we just kind of have to deal with the switching, and then a Mega Sceptile with Lightning Rod, and Helping Hand. Then there is an Electric Seed, so +1 defense, Motor Drive, Follow Me, Discharge, Electro Ball, Acrobatics, Emolga, again Acro plus Electric Seed, an Arcto Zolt with Loaded Dice, Icicle Spear, and Bolt Beak. I don't know how Bolt Beak plays into this, to be honest. Because it's not really a fast Pokemon, naturally. But maybe there's some speed boosting here. Quark Drive, Assault Vest, Electro Web, Rock Slide, Wild Charge, Ice Punch. So that's damage. That's damage right there. Why does he get to have a level 60 Pokemon? The level cap is 59, you bitch. That's fucked up. Anyway, a Focus Sash, Discharge, Flamethrower, Hidden Power, Ice, Thunderbolt, Mainetric. A lot of damage on the field. Not a lot of ways for me to deal with it. I also have literally nothing that outspeeds Tapu Koko, which is, I guess, to be expected. Theoretically, Dragalge could one-shot it. We're just gonna look through and just see what we can find here in terms of counters. Dragalge also comes pretty good against Sceptile. The problem is we get one-shot by Mega Sceptile. And I don't think Tailwind would fix that for me. It sure does not, so this is actually not a great opening at all. What's the reason you don't get EQ on pretty much anything? Yeah, that would make sense. Now, being one-shot by Dragon Pulse here is really rough. Because we don't get the pre-damage, we don't have like resistance berries or anything. I would have to scale this in order to get it like more HP or more defense, or more special defense, in order to survive anything here. Toxie also does really well into this, Nidoking does well into this, or Nidoqueen rather. Dude, Toxie actually coming in a bit more clutch than I assumed here at the start. Toxie actually handling shit. We do actually have to turn on double battle calcing, I forgot. Acro can one-shot the Sceptile. We're missing just a little bit of damage on that. Oh, man. What if we went 31 special or 31 attack? That would be an expensive... That's like a rough thing to hard scale. But this would actually be pretty nice for me. Because we do have Gale Wings on this. Let's put that in the back of our brain, okay? 31 attack, Ivy, Talonflame. The fuck was that? No. 31. Can Oko Mega Sceptile with Acro. Outspeeding thanks to Gale Wings. Let me just double check here that Gale Wings was not changed in any way. As long as its HP is full, its flying moves have their priority increased by 1. Got it. Not changed. Because that would mean an opening with Fake Out into Tapu Koko would allow me... To be fair, this doesn't actually one-shot me normally, but not really something I'm willing to risk, I'm not gonna lie. Unless I can bait a guaranteed kill into something else, actually. Yeah, but only with discharges. That's kind of the problem, isn't it? Well, I could bait a kill into Morpeko using Dazzling Gleam. That feels a bit on the risky side. But to be fair, if I'm going Morpeko anyway for the Fake Out, that's kind of fine. Like, I Fake Out. This wants to Dazzling Gleam. We Acro into Mega Sceptile, killing it. And then it depends. Okay, let's lock this in. Let's lock in 31 Ivy, Talonflame as our answer here. So then, it depends on what's in slot 1 or slot 2. This sees a kill into both of our guys, but with different moves. That sucks. Yeah, that actually really sucks. So it's probably... I guess unless this is faster. Oh wait, I need to make sure electric terrain stays active. Okay, yeah, Bolt Beak definitely sees a kill here. And this is boosting, I believe, attack. Yeah, this is boosting attack. Or is it? Yeah, it's boosting attack. Okay. So there's also a good chance this comes out here. Also a good chance it's Manetric, I guess, because it does outspeed... Not Talonflame, but it does outspeed the other guy. It outspeed Morpeko. The problem is we'll have to double switch, right? If we do this opening. And I'm not too fond of that. But like, it does kind of feel worth it for just outright killing Mega Sceptile. Okay, let's assume this guy comes out after, right? It's gonna be Bolt Beak or Icicle Spear. So we have to switch, ideally, something electric immune into this slot. And something that can take ice type damage into the first slot. Whiscash does fit the bill for the electric immune Pokemon. Though it doesn't need to be electric immune, it just needs to be able to take the hits, right? Which also does apply to Chestnut. Can you switch into Icicle Spear? No, you cannot. Why is the switching out thing not working? Because like Bolt Beak does more damage if I switch out. Does that not apply? Because I would assume it does, right? I don't know why it's not boosting the power of Bolt Beak. Yeah, whatever. It probably is like still accurate enough. Because I'm thinking how good Victory Bell would be here. It feels like not very, but like it does kill Tapu Koko, but only if we then show another kill with it. Or show it another kill so it doesn't click U-turn. For which we'd need to switch Gleam, like on a Gleam. On a Gleam or Icicle Spear. And Icicle Spear. Armarouge does fit that bill. Let's lock in these two slots for now. I forgot what was the other one? What was the guy? I think it was Chestnut for having like a Protect Mon out. That or Whiscash for taking the electric moves. God, a Tailwind here would be so fucking useful, man. Because we can't outspeed any of this shit. Do you kill anything on my side of the board? Thunder Punch has a good chance of killing Talonflame, and you kill Morpeko with Energy Ball. But like, you don't see that. But I think a turn 1 Tailwind would be way too risky. I don't know what the Sceptile is going to do on turn 1, right? Because if the Sceptile clicks Helping Hand, and then we fake out the Tapu Koko, that would be like the ideal turn 1. That would be perfect. That would be ideal and perfect and great. And I would love it, and I would want some more of it. But that's just not what's happening here. I mean, maybe it is. Like, I don't know if that's what's happening. I just don't know if that's what's happening. Because a tailwind would help me so much. Let's just assume we're going down the path I said we would go down, right? So this guy comes in. We swap this slot into Armor Rouge, and we swap the other slot into Chestnut. Now we're not showing any kills, but we're also not going to be able to take any kills. Well, Arctozolt might die this turn, to be fair. So if Tapu Koko can't do more than like 50% to me on this turn, Dazzling Gleam could be a problem, like Dazzling Gleam, but it can't crit me. I will have taken potentially up to like 40%, which means Gleam absolutely could kill me if it high rolls. And I need to have a Cherry Berry for this. This strat would require a Cherry Berry. But then we could take out the Arctozolt. Can you just take it out, actually? If you have Wise Glasses. It's just not a good range. 50% to kill is just not a good range. You're always falling short, man. Always falling short of the kills. How much damage would Armor Rouge have taken here? I don't think enough to show a kill. Meaning there's a good chance a U-turn happens. Oh, this is rough, man. This is actually really rough. The fact that the Tapu Koko can just swap whenever it wants. And the fact that we don't kill this goddamn Arctozolt. I don't want to scale another Pokemon, but like I might have to. Ah, it still wouldn't guarantee a kill. And my one swapping Pokemon that has Flip Turn, of course, is weak to Electric, so it can't actually switch in on this slot. That's not how that would work. Well, actually you have Flip Turn, but you don't outspeed, so that's a whole different issue. We would in fact need the Tailwind up to do that. You know what? I think instead of Chestnut, we're gonna swap in Toxtricity. Because Toxtricity can just fire off a Hyper Voice, do some chip damage to Tapu, and make sure that this guy guaranteed dies. I think that's a lot smarter here. We are still taking some chunky damage, but not as chunky. And Toxtricity does so well into Tapu Koko, like it has such a good matchup here. I think that's a bit smarter. And then we also don't need the Cherry Berry. Okay. Let's make sure I set up all of these turns correctly so I... Nope. Come on. Do it properly. So more Pico and Talonflame. Make sure that this text is bright red so I actually read it. Acrobatics. Click out. That is a clean turn 1. Not really anything required yet. In terms of items, in terms of anything. Nothing is required of my boys quite yet. Make sure this is all green. Okay. So, turn 2. We'll see, I think, the swapping in of Arctozolt. I believe, at least. As well as the usage of either Dazzling Gleam or Discharge. Oh, the problem is though, can you take a Discharge as well? You'll have to. Yeah, Armarouge can take a Discharge. The problem is if it crits, then we're in trouble. But considering it doesn't actually see a kill, it shouldn't. It really shouldn't. At least I really, really hope that won't happen. And then we're gonna either see Icicle Spear or Bolt Beak. And you are both going to be switching into Armarouge and Toxtricity low-key for me. Two. Turn 3. Now, what will we be seeing on these turns? Is the question. So you're not gonna get to use a move, but you are. And it's probably gonna be Discharge or U-turn. Discharge or U-turn. Could be anything here. And that's not what I wanted. Oh no, that is what I wanted. You are going to be using Flamethrower. No, Psychic, right? No, it's Flamethrower. Yeah, it's Flamethrower. A bit too many arrows. I'm gonna delete these arrows here. Because they don't really help right now. Because it's just random targeting anyway. I'll just get rid of these. And you... Nope. You are going to be using Hyper Voice to chunk both. Can I make these like transparent or something? Yeah, probably, but I don't want to figure it out right now. Actually, what if I went to the back? Ah, that does work. That makes the targeting a bit easier to see. Okay. Do we want to try vibing it out from here? Like we plan out this part and then we we go with the vibes for the rest of it. Because I feel like by now there's already so many variables that I've like not accounted for that it doesn't really matter. Let's just see how we could deal with the rest of these Pokemon, right? So Electric Seed would be gone, and you'd have +1 defense. Dude, Toxie does so well into these fucking fights. Why? How is Toxie so good here? It's actually crazy. I thought this was like a trash encounter. But this guy is doing work, man. He's doing fucking work. Okay. Whiscash does do okay into Emolga actually, thanks to Ice Beam. Especially after the +1 boost. I think it might be worth bringing Whiscash here. Now, hypothetically, how do we deal with Iron Thorns? The answer is we don't. Jesus Christ, we don't. Holy shit, we do not. We do not. How are you sure it's Arctozold, not one of the other Electromon to nuke your Talonflame? I don't. I'm not sure. The reason I think it would be is because slot 2 only looks at slot 2. Meaning I outspeed all of these guys, so none of these guys would be seeing a fast kill. So it should just bait down the line, right? Like, all of them show slow kill. I don't show kill into any of them. I guess it could also be Thorns. But I think this is just the most likely. Because I believe it will just bait down the line. I think. Again, I'm not actually sure. I can't know here. How the fuck do we beat Iron Thorns, though? This guy's driving me crazy. Chestnut seems promising, but the problem is that we're slower, so Ice Punch Freeze is an issue. There's actually a lot of times when we bait Ice Punch. Does Soft Sand help here? Soft Sands gives us a pretty good chance at a kill. We might just have to take it and move on. It's kind of the best we can get here, honestly. As for Manectric, Whiscash is really good into it. And I really want to bring a Protect Pokemon, but I don't think I'll have the slots. Like, I really want to bring Chestnut here, I'm not gonna lie. Not having a Protect Pokemon in doubles is really rough. But, like, none of the mons I can bring here really work for it, I guess. Yeah. I really want to bring Chestnut, but I don't have the space. Unless I can... Okay. No, because this is the slot where I'm switching into Icicle Spear. Okay. Yeah. How does Quark Drive affect Iron Thorns? Attack boost. Attack is the highest stat, so it just does a fuck ton more damage. You can see if I take Quark, like if I go to this thing, for example, I take off Quark Drive, I go inactive, the damage goes down, whereas if I go auto select, it selects attack, attack goes up. Yeah. That is how we are affected here. What the fuck is... Hold on, 1 second. Phone's being weird for a second here. There we go. Okay, good. I really don't know how the battle goes from here is the problem. We might just have to bring these 6 mons and like vibe out positions. We do at least have a fake out mon that can generally swap into most things. Well, actually no, Jesus Christ, you cannot swap into Iron Thorns ever. But you can swap into Manetric. Yeah, honestly I don't really see another way to do it than this. Because there's just kind of too many contingencies that I cannot account for to plan out like a proper safe line. Which I do not like. I'm not a fan of me having to do it this way. But it looks like I might have to do it this way. And me does not like ye. Well then, first things first, we have to use another heart scale here. Let me actually go over to this overlay while I do that. Hello, sir! I would like you to maximize my Talonflame's attack. Thank you. Now my boy can do some damage. Make sure that I actually switched. Yep. Bro does in fact have good DPS now. And we have Gale Wings. Flying Moves go first. And we've got Acro. In terms of items, is there anything important here that I would need to keep in mind? We are going to need a Cherry Berry on Armor Rouge. That's very important in case we get paralyzed. I think the Citrus on Riff makes sense, because this guy needs to take some hits. I almost want to go like Aspir Berry on Nidoqueen. No, Nidoqueen needed Soft Sand to actually have a kill. Because she does outspeed Iron Thorns, so with a Soft Sand she can get a kill. Theoretically. This cache does not need any specific items, so you get a Bright Powder. Same goes for Morpeko. I'm actually gonna give Whiscash a Citrus Berry instead for some healing and then give Bright Powder to Morpeko. You're not here for dealing damage this time, so the Muscle Band does not move. Hey! Oh, excuse me, Jesus. The Muscle Band does not matter as much. And no item for smaller, that's very important. Gesundheit 2, thank you. I actually don't think this is gonna work. I think we don't really have the tools for this fight. Or rather, if we do, I do not know the AI well enough. Because like, this is why I'm kind of not a big fan of the fact that the AI isn't out yet. Because specifically for these difficult double battles, 1 second. Specifically for these difficult double battles, it's really important to be sure what moves the AI is going to click. And I don't know that. Like, I don't know if turn 1 the Sceptile is guaranteed to click Helping Hand, which would make this a lot easier for me. Like, I could Tailwind in that case and not lose any tempo. Right? But I don't know if that's going to happen or not because I don't have the AI document. But like, that would massively help me. I was thinking if I wanted to make a clause for this, like, oh, if the Sceptile clicks Helping Hand on turn 1, I'm going to allow myself to reset it. But I don't think that would be in the spirit of things. I don't think it would be. No, I don't think it would be. I think we just go in. Alright. Attempt 1 of my game of Pokemon Null, of my Pokemon Null attempts, has gone surprisingly well. The fact that we have made it this far, I am genuinely very surprised by. And if we die here, then so be it. We have made it plenty far. However, we have a chance of beating it. We have a shot at doing this. And I am not going to hand Wattson my defeat on a silver platter so easily. I would really like making it past Wattson. I think that would be incredibly fun and incredibly cool. I am willing to make some sacrifices. I am willing to sacrifice either one of my ground types. I am perhaps willing to sacrifice Toxtricity, whose value may be for the whole game, but may also just be, like, resignated to this specific gym. Who knows? Maybe it gets useful later as well. But there are 3 Pokemon here I'm willing to sacrifice in total to make it so that we can get through Wattson. And I would like that very much. So Wattson, let me pass. The coat comes off for this one. The coat does in fact come off. Alright. Electric Surge. No sleeping. And electric moves are boosted. Turn 1. We fake out into Tapu Koko. And thanks to Gale Wings, Acrobatics always kills Mega Sceptile. Because we have scaled 31 attack onto Talonflame. It did not in fact click Helping Hand. So it is good we did not go for a Tailwind. Tapu Koko has flinched. It is Arctozolt next. I predicted correctly. Arctozolt sees a kill into Morpeko with Icicle Spear, and a kill into Talonflame with Bolt Beak. Tapu Koko sees a kill into Morpeko with Dazzling Gleam. It should not see any kills into Talonflame, hopefully. So ideally we are not getting paralyzed here. We are ideally taking a Dazzling Gleam and an Icicle Spear into slot 1. And we are going to go into slot 2, hopefully undamaged. Okay. I forgot oh wait, Dazzling Gleam hits the whole field, right? That's totally fine, actually. That is not fine. I did think that Bolt Beak would be boosted. I don't know why it didn't show it in the calc, but now we're in a bit of trouble. Tapu Koko does not currently see a kill. What's my exact HP? 62. Okay. Tapu Koko does not see a kill into Toxtricity. Tapu Koko also doesn't see a kill into Armarouge. Discharge is pretty likely here. A Discharge crit will most likely kill Toxtricity. However, that shouldn't be an issue. Well, it would be an issue, but we're hoping it doesn't happen. We are going to click Flamethrower on Armarouge, targeting the Arctozolt. That'll do 83% damage at minimum. And we are going to finish that off with a Hyper Voice targeting both of these. Only a Discharge crit would be a problem here. Armarouge has a berry, a Cherry Berry, so that Discharge Paralysis should be fine. Do not crit Toxtricity. Fuck. That could have been so fucking bad. Because then the Arctozolt would have probably killed Armarouge. For reference, I believe... Wait, what HP were we at? What HP were we at before? I want to see quickly, I want to see. We were at 60... Okay. I'm just gonna pull this up quickly. Discharge crit. Every roll except the first two kill me. It got exactly 61 damage on the roll. It had basically the lowest roll crit possible for us to still survive this. The problem is, now it is random. Alright. Emolga sees a kill into both of us. Tapu Koko similarly sees a kill into both of us. The thing I'm worried about here is that Tapu Koko can theoretically click Dazzling Gleam here, which would make it unsafe to swap in Spin, which I want to do here for some fake out control. Dazzling Gleam only has a single roll that kills me. There's only a single Dazzling Gleam roll that kills me, although that does not take into consideration, you know, Emolga also targeting that slot. I would also really like to go Talonflame here to potentially set up a Tailwind. It might be worth it to sack both of these Pokemon here, because I need Nidoqueen to be healthy for later. And Talonflame has a lot of value, and it's just too risky to swap it in. Because it might also just gain me nothing. Toxie and Armarouge are useless for the rest of the fight. At the HP that they're at. Because even in a Tailwind, I am actually outspeeding Tapu Koko in Tailwind. Okay. I really don't want to sack Armarouge. I don't have good fire types, and I don't have good special attackers. I actually don't know what the correct outcome here is. I could, because man, I think for the purposes of winning this battle, I should not sack Toxtricity, because otherwise I'm gonna have a really hard time killing Tapu Koko. For the purposes of the rest of the run, if there is one, I should not sack Armarouge. But I almost think sacking Armarouge is more correct here. Because if I can go more Pico, and then let Armarouge die, as long as it's not Dazzling Gleam plus another move into Toxtricity, Morpeko can survive, click Fake Out, Talonflame can come in on the Armarouge safe switch, click Tailwind, I sack something, Toxie can come back in, kill the Tapu Koko. Hi Anni! Soll ich dir was abnehmen? Okay. My wonderful wife has come home, just in the moment of my doom. Actually, Tapu Koko is at half health. I feel like I'm way overestimating how difficult this is going to be to kill without Toxtricity. I can kill this in a lot of ways. even without... Yeah, no, I can kill this even without Toxtricity. I think... we swap in more Pico. We hope that it's not Gleam. And then we sack Toxtricity. I'm sorry, Toxie, you've been... For the short time I've had you, you've been fucking awesome. Your typing has actually been great. I'm very sorry about this. I think this is correct. It's clean. Fuck! Okay. Oh, Emolga's gonna target me now. Oh, why was it Gleam? Gleam didn't kill Armarouge. I mean, it's random, right? It's just random. I had a 1 in 4 chance. Fuck. And it hit through Bright Powder. That might be the run. That might be it. That might be it right there. That might be the run dead. That's pretty rough. That is pretty rough. 07, dude. More Pekko. More Pekko. Fucking MVP. My last fake out mon. Incredible Pokemon. Incredible Pokemon, really. Alright. This might be... I want to say this might be a blessing in disguise, but like we're losing after this sometime because we no longer have fake out Pokemon or electric types. We just lost both of our only electric types left. I do see a way to at least kill Tapu Koko here. I didn't teach Rock Slide. I'm a stupid idiot. It's fine. It's fine. We go smaller. And we go Nidoqueen. Talonflame might also die here. We Tailwind. We Stomping Tantrum. Actually, is Poison Jab more damage? Poison Jab is more damage. Now we outspeed the Tapu Koko. Okay. Alright. Discharge. Actually, I don't think this kills unless it crits. Okay, it did not kill. Iron Thorn's out next. This is what Nidoqueen was made for. Is clicking Roost here correct? Actually, no, I don't think it is. I don't think Roost is correct here. I think we go into Devils. We Stomping Tantrum, and we pray that we hit the range, okay? We pray. We are praying right now. Are you praying? Because you better be praying. It is an 81% chance, okay? 81%. Hit it, Rabbit. Come on! Yeah! Okay. Acro. That's fine. Manectric. We're still outspeeding. Emolga still can't do shit to us here. Do we kill this with Stompy T? Not by itself, no. So we are going to have to double into this. That's fine. But I am going to Ice Beam it. Because we only need to do like 20% damage to it. And in case we get the one shot, which we don't, that's fine. Ice Beam can Oko Emolga. Can you not attack him? Is Tailwind still active? Tailwind is still active. Alright. We win. We win, but at an incredible cost. That was so costly. Losing Morpeko is terrible. Losing Morpeko is actually awful. That's a really bad loss. But we did win! Hard carry Morpeko gone forever. Indeed. It is indeed gone. New level cap unlocked. People in red are invading Land Cave? Oh yeah, Magma. We have Team Magma stuff to go off now. Oh, Morpeko. What an incredible encounter. I'm gonna be so sad whenever I don't get this. I'm also so sad because I believe we would have gotten access to Obstruct right now. Ah, we would have gotten Obstruct on Morpeko. Ah, can you imagine? Man. Oh, Honey, by the way. Ich habe eine Paradiescreme im Kühlschrank getan für dich. What a loss, man, though. What a loss. Legitimately a Pokemon I would love to, like, revive somehow. But we're not able to. We're not playing with those kinds of rules. Also, I'm not gonna lie. The call of me bringing Talonflame carried a lot as well. Because that Gale Wing Acro and then the subsequent Tailwind really, really worked out for me. Like, really badly. I needed that Tailwind to win. That was a rough one. That was a difficult one. But we have done it. Somehow! Attempt 1 is still alive. I genuinely have no idea how. But my dead box is filling up. All 4 of my electric types. Every single Pokemon I know that has Fake Out. Every Intimidate and Illuminate Pokemon, they're all in here. They're all sitting in here. It is looking rough out here, boys. It is looking really rough out here. What is a real gamer going to do? No Fake Out, no Intim, no nothing. What's a gamer gotta do? I guess Electric is your new Steel type in terms of dying out. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, let's put on some calm Pokemon music now. I don't believe we actually get any new encounters here, though. Because I believe Norman Split just starts us right in Land Cave. Actually, do we get any encounters in Land Cave before we go in? I'm not quite sure. Repellent is on. So we can theoretically get an encounter here. Can I ignore this one? Norman? Is Flannery or... it's Norman next, I think. Yeah, they might have swapped. Charcoal! Finally! God! Okay, we can finally boost our fire moves, man. Let me check out Land Cave. Yeah, this is Norman Split. Land. Where's Land Cave? Land. Where the fuck is it? There it is, Land Cave. Land Cave End. Land Cave Entrance. Are those 2 separate encounter locations? Oh, they might be. Well, we've got Land Cave End, Land Cave Entrance. One has fire types, one has rock types. I only have 2 fire types. But also, I'm not gonna lie, none of this stuff looks that amazing. Quilava could turn into a Hisuian Typhlosion. That would be pretty good. It's a ghost type. Ghost types are always good. Charmeleon? We can get Megazard. Oh, you're right, Toracad. Toracad would give us Intim. That would be pretty goddamn good. Charcadet we would not be allowed to catch, sadly. Because we already have, even if Ghost type would be nice. Entrance, meanwhile. Cranidos, which I'm sorry, I do not see the value of. Shieldon would actually be fucking amazing. I would really like a Shieldon. Great tank. Sturdy's always nice. Tyrant. Could be good, I suppose. Strongjaw or Sturdy. Aurora's probably pretty bad. Boldor has Intimidate? Interesting. Intimidate Boldor. Rockruff. Tough Claws, No Guard, Keen Eye. I guess that could be good. If we get Accelerock, which we do, this is pretty good. This would actually be pretty good. Rhydon. Solid Rock, but only at 70. Well, to be fair, we would have Eviolite for this. Eviolite Rhydon would be pretty nice. Cubone. Well, and Mirage Tower. But we could save this to get ourselves a Ghost type. We could save it to be a Ghost type. And then Aeron, Heavy Metal, or Rockhead. Yikes. But this does get a Mega. So there's one Intimidate Pokemon here, regardless. And one Ghost type for us, potentially, regardless. Shell Armor Torkoal. Turtonator. I actually kind of like Entrance more now that I looked at it. There's misses here, there's Cranidos would be kind of worthless, Amora would be kind of worthless. But Shieldon, great, Boulder amazing, Rockruff probably really good, Rhydon really good, Cubone really good. I actually think we take Entrance. I'm gonna say we take Entrance here. I'm gonna make the decision, I'm gonna make the call. I am going to make the executive call and decision. And I hope that it's going to be correct. I am quickly going to level up some of my guys here. I hope for Torracat. Well, we don't get Torracat here. Oh wait, that was your previous message, sorry. I am a little bit stupid. Ice Beam, interesting. But I like my double stab situation I've got going on. Surf! Again, I like my double stab situation. Roost. Okay, now we're talking a little bit more. I think we get rid of Defog now. I've not clicked it, and this guy's a bit too slow to really use it. Armor Cannon. That's quite strong. I think it's time we get rid of Clear Smog. And we finally get the much predicted, much needed Earthquake. And Earth Power on you, which I actually think would be less damage than Stomping Tantrum. Well, no, because you have Sheer Force. We can always get Stompy T back if we need it. Me first. Executes the foe's attack with greater power. Think I'm good? Glare Blitz. Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. He's a risky guy. We love ourselves a little risk. Synthesis. By Rock Slide. Hammer Arm over Body Press? I don't think so. My defense is high enough. Alright. Repel off. See what we get. Intimidate, intimidate, intimidate. That was one of the misses. That was one of the misses. That was a miss. Not really what I was looking for. Not quite my tempo, not quite my tempo. Not quite my tempo. Again, the Dusk Ball. It's dark in here. You're coming at the hour of my reckoning. But I like Amora. I like it. You know, it's a good Pokemon in my brain. Welcome to the team. Naked. Or that is what you are. You are very naked. Very necked. Not quite what I needed, but it is what we got. Can we theoretically get 118 now? We can use Rock Smash now, right? Ah, we need the fucking Go Goggles. 6 weaknesses. I mean, weaknesses are fine. Like, they're okay. Oh, we can also go in here now, I guess, but I don't think this matters for anything. What is this? Trainer Hill. Attack battles. Wait, don't we get a gift Eevee here? Okay, yeah. We get a random Eevee, and we got Leafeon. What do you mean it's not an Eevee? Maybe it evolved out of excitement. Anyway, goodbye. Well, random Eevee acquired. We did not get to even make the choice. But we got an Eevee, you know, we got an Eevee. It's something, guys, it's something. Are there any other Rock Smash places that have opened up? Does anyone remember any Rock Smashes? What? We can't go back into Icicle Cave? What? Why? Wait, can I actually not go back? What? What? We're stuck? Wait, Cycling Road maybe? Can I go Cycling Road now? I'm gonna guess that this guy's gonna be like, oh, something Land Cave. Yeah, disturbance in Land Cave. Okay. So that is actually it in terms of encounters. We do not really get a box refill. We lost 2 and we got 2. Let's see. Wait, do I not get to nickname you? Let's make sure we nickname him. How do I nickname you? Do I need to find the name writer? Or can I do it in here? This better not cost me a... Okay, it does not cost me a scale. Leafeon! Your new name will be... it'll be... Oh, it'll be... Why did I fucking... I moved my hand to my keyboard as if I was gonna type out the name by hand. You know what? I like salad. I like salad for you. Bit basic, but I like it. Well, let's hope that they're good. Refrigerate, that's always guaranteed. That's actually pretty fucking good. Okay, wait, that's pretty good. That's like... That's good. That's good bulk. Speed doesn't really matter. Attack does not really matter. We get Ice Beam, we get Hyper Voice, we get Blizzard. You know, Thunder Wave, Round, I guess. Freeze Dry. The problem is that this is just kind of a damage mon, right? Like, it just doesn't really do anything. And it's got so many weaknesses that, like, enemies are kind of guaranteed to have coverage against it. And the resistances are not that great. Because it's just rock-type resistances, because ice resists fucking nothing. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to complain. It's fine. It is fine. It is fine. And you have Leaf Guard. Let me check out Leafeon quickly. Leaf Guard's actually pretty good. Leafeon's, like, pretty bulky, if I remember, right? Yeah. Okay, it's guaranteed Leaf Guard. 130 defense, 110 attack, 95 speed. Okay. 95 base speed, this could be something. Oh yeah, also Leaf Guard in this game is changed to be like a battle armor clone, so considering the defense this has, that's not terrible. The other evolutions honestly don't have like great abilities comparatively, so I think this is fine. Neutral nature as well. It's a bit middling, but like we take it. It's got okay attack. Gets knockoff, gets baton pass. Leech seed. Grass Whistle at 70% accuracy, no thanks. Synthesis, Leaf Blade, Tickle, Trailblaze. I guess Trailblaze could be good. Ooh, wait, actually. This feels like a good endgame Pokemon because if you look down here, Sappy Seed and Flower Trick. Always crits, no accuracy check, physical, and then Sappy Seed, which is one of the Let's Go Eevee moves. Sets Leech Seed and 100 base power. We would need Wide Lens to make this 100% accurate, but like that's good. Like that's... If we can make it that far, that would be pretty good. But this is one of those like, if we make it that far moments. Either way though, I think this was a good excursion. I am still genuinely so sad about Morpeko. Toxie also, like Toxie was like starting to grow on me during the planning for Wattson. Bro had potential. Bro had so much potential. Now he showed me like I can kill things. Look, I can take hits. I can kill things. I can wall mons, and he could. And sadly, it wasn't enough. Sadly, it wasn't. I'm very sad about that. But Morpeko's like the real tragedy here. Bro carried so much. Bro was basically my starter. Came to so many battles. We just maxed out his speed. We were just about to get Obstruct. It is a real shame. This thing with Obstruct would be so fun to use. Like having Fake Out and Obstruct to decide what form you'll be in when you switch in. That sounds like so much fun. And then having Parting Shot for like switches. Like, oh, God. This thing would have been so fucking fun to use at this point in the game. I mean, it has been fun, but it would be even more fun. It was not meant to be. Morpeko has speened her way out of, or into retirement. Into retirement, by which I mean death. But we're still alive. Somehow, some way, attempt 1 is in fact still going. And I will continue it, no matter what. I will not shy away from sacrificing Pokemon if it means winning just one more battle. Just one more fight. Just one more little tick on my PB. You got 6 grass types. Oh god, you're right. I'm fucking drowning in grass types. Oh, you're so correct. Alright. I mean, what you gonna do? Grass types are good, I guess. But this is where I'm gonna call it for today. I'm very surprised we're alive. I'm surprised we're still going. But we are. And I'm not gonna stop. PK, Platinum Kaizo, will have to wait, it seems, until we are done here. Which will be a while. And we'll see tomorrow, hopefully, how things go. Maybe some more encounters. The battles in Land Cave do look pretty rough. We are going to start getting some Mega Stones from now on. That I am excited for. I know that the Dragalgite and the Drampa Knight might start coming around pretty soon. So there's a good chance we could start using some of our Megas soon, because we do have a decent selection of Mega-able Pokemon. So yeah, something to look forward to if this run manages to go on that long. But until then, I thank you so much for watching and stopping by. I hope you have a good rest of your day. And I'll see you in the next stream. Have a good one. And before I actually end, let me go and check if I can actually catch Dragonite. Dragonite is in fact available, and so is the Mega. Somewhere in the game. It does not say where. It does not say where the encounter location is. But it's possible! It is possible! And Mega Dragonite is also available, so... And they gave it no guard? What the fuck? Wait, what does no guard even matter for? I guess Dragon Rush? Does this get Hurricane? What? This didn't get Hurricane? That's cringe. What do you mean this doesn't get Hurricane? Oh no, it gets Hurricane via Move Tutor. Okay, so we got No Guard Thunder, No Guard Hurricane, No Guard Fire Blast, No Guard Blizzard. Yeah, Mega Dragonite seems pretty good. Mega Dragonite seems pretty good. Alright. Sure, yeah. Sounds spicy. Sure does. Alright, anyway. Thanks for stopping. Thanks for watching. Bye. And I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe at the next video, next stream. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow on Twitch, follow on Twitter, join Discord, all that good stuff. Bye!